What's up, guys? Welcome to another turbo diesel OM606 Datsun super turbo build. As predicted, it's back at the shop because we have all the equipment needed to do the mounting here. Today we are going to get the drivetrain into the Z. So for you new folks here, this car isn't just boy purple. It's got some things going on that you'll find interesting. It's got an entire S13 subframe, R200 diff, all the S13 subframe suspension components. Obviously, it's multi-link rear suspension, Fortune 500 coilovers. And then in the front, it's got the Techno toy kit and some cheapo CX racing coils, but these actually perform pretty well. This thing's pretty quick on the track. We can cut out the rest of the old trans mount. That would be one more thing we could do, but we're gonna stick everything in. Right now, we've cut out the old pedestals. We're gonna try it before dropping this whole subframe, about a half of an inch. We're gonna see where we're at right now and see if that's even necessary. So we would like to keep it as our steering angles and everything as stock as possible. So as we mentioned a few times, we're working with Diesel Pump UK on this build. And I mean, I know these engines are a little hard to find in the US specifically. They're a little rare, but if you do have one or you're planning on, you know, building your own, Diesel Pump UK has been great. The engine started right up out of the box, idled great. He's working on some exciting stuff for the hot side of this, but we needed to make sure things were gonna fit. So here's the biggest turbo we have in the shop. I know, it's a shame.
The biggest turbo we have is a stock Real Cummins turbo.
It looks like we're gonna have room how this is sitting right now. We're going to bash as much stuff in the trans tunnel as possible to get the transmission to fit a little bit better. But it looks like we are going to need that half an inch. We're gonna try to get a little bit more room in the trans tunnel to kind of make this stop doing a wheelie. It just needs to go up a little bit further. And we'll take it from there. So drop the subframe, front subframe a little bit, and then I've made some reverse images of there's like an existing washer thing in there, and that's actually gonna be the perfect template for the spacers. This is 1/2 inch aluminum. Just sprayed it with a little Dicom, and now I'm just gonna cut it out with the portable bandsaw and drill these holes, slip these in, and we will have gained this much extra clearance. You can see in here, this shiny bit, made some spacers for that. So essentially, this whole subframe is now a 1/2 inch lower, which means that we have a 1/2 inch more clearance between the top of the engine and the hood of the car. Devin's done some bullshittery under here. Say goodbye to your fucking truss member.
Hooray for less support.
This is as much as we can do right now.
Persuade right there.
You persuaded a little bit. It is now time for another test fit. It would help if the lift pump was plugged in. All right, so it's looking better and better. It could still be back farther though. So what's happening is that the ginormous transmission not made for this car is hitting the transmission tunnel that's not made for this transmission. What do you know?
Yeah, persuaded.
So we got this thing. It's gonna clear, which is sick. And then this is as far back as we can get it. It's almost still front mid-engine. There's only like a cylinder that sticks above the front suspension because you gotta.
Cylinder one is like in line with the axle.
Yeah, if you actually look at the wheels are like lined up with cylinder one because the struts are a little farther back because of caster.
So the engine mounts are being fabricated. More on that once the process moves along a little bit. So here it is. This is going over to the TIG station. It's going to be welded together. So here's the part we made yesterday, the bottom pedestal. Stock Mercedes. This is the rod end thing that was lathed. This is cut at an angle so sockets can't get stuck in there. Here's our bend we just made and the plate we made yesterday. And combine all this shit, makes one engine mount. We just have to tack up. Get that shit out of here. So you see it. It's looking fucking good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take this thing over to the TIG bench, weld that one up fully so we're not working with a
Looks
moving
like
target.
even if we wanted to use the stock drain too, that's really not in the way of anything. So it's a bit later. We did the other side, which was the same process that we already showed you, but way harder.
Only because it's in
Yeah,
a
it's
shitty
under,
location.
yeah, it's under the intake and stuff. So
What?
there's less space.
Give it a test start.
We don't have a trans map yet.
Yeah, but you can see it's nice and wiggly in there. Wiggly in a good way, as in like it's got a little bit of room.
Compliancy. They
Yes.
call that compliance.
The last thing we have to do today is the trans mount, which is essentially going to be a bar with some brackets on it. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Here's our plasma table. Instead of putting these in a computer file, Trans wants to use this cool flange wizard thing. So we're going to give this a shot.
it takes longer to set it up.
Well, yeah, sometimes setting something up on CAD is just a pain in the ass, and you got to bring the computer over here. And if we just have this thing, the flange wizard,
Yeah, which is just literally two cool little billet aluminum deals with a magnet in them.
who knows? That fucking works pretty good. And then we're gonna bolt up through, just ignore that. We're gonna bolt up through these frame rail reinforcements and make a big ass like washer for the inside of the car, and that's how that's gonna be. Okay, so it is mounted, and there's no straps or trickery. We're gonna see what that's okay. Keep going. That's pretty cool. It's got a big fucking engine in it now. So here's kind of how it's looking. Obviously what's missing is the turbo. Devin, you want to grab one? We'll kind of show them what the placement's going to be. But we got it nice and flat. We got the trans mounted nice and high. Should be able to fit a hood. It's as far back as we could possibly get it. Got to maintain that handling. So we haven't decided on that compound thing yet, but what's likely to happen is we'll use one of these diesel truck turbos that we have. This is the HX35.
Sit somewhere around here, the manifold that we're getting.
Yep, so we got plenty of room to the strut tower. Probably a little lower than that. Yep, something like that. But we got room for a big old turbo. And what's typically our fashion is to get it ghetto running around the neighborhood before we make it nice. So there might be some driving next time. It depends on what kind of bullshit we encounter. Things can be a day or a whole freaking month.
It's usually more towards the months.
That's partially why we brought it to the shop, because the traction the build is getting, we wanted to get these videos out quickly. We could have done this at the house. Maybe without all the equipment here though, yes, it would have taken much longer and you guys wouldn't be seeing this video today.
It wouldn't look nearly as nice as it does. Those motor mounts would look like absolute ass if we did it in the whole crowd.
You get it pretty nice. Nothing's painted yet, so don't judge us. I said last video we're gonna do 2 giveaways. So Devin's gonna pick 2 winners. If you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, we give away products from boostedshades.com. That's also the best way to support us, even if you don't win. Just check out boostedshades.com. Buy some shades. It'd be cool. We could use it for
Dumb shit like this.
yes.
All right, first winner is Glims.
Very accurate randomization, by the way.
The second winner is Sly Customs.
Okay, you guys can contact us at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms. We'll get back to you and ship you something. If you want to win, if you're new here, if you don't know the rules, just like, subscribe, leave a comment. That comment could be anything. we ask questions at the end of the videos to encourage a little bit of, I don't know.
Engagement.
Yeah. We mentioned earlier in the video, we're toying with the idea of compounds. From our research online, some people get it to work, some people don't. We know that a big single and a quick spool valve works great. So I guess the question would be, should we experiment with compound boost off the rip, or should we just go with what we know works and leave room for experimentation down the line?
My vote's the second one, but we like to hear from you guys.
Just leave that in the comments or comment anything. Like, subscribe, you're eligible to win, and that's going to do it for this one.
Yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.